Okay, let's get straight to it. First up, having a crush on a girl that you know, no matter what, you will never be able to bag. As a man early on in life, you realize that life isn't fair, and this is one of the main ways you figure this shit out. Whether this happens in elementary, middle, or high school, or even fucking online, there will always be a girl that you want so bad to the point where you would literally cut your fucking balls off just to get a chance to bag this girl.
What?
But deep down inside, you know you can never do it just because it just wasn't meant to be. Maybe you're chopped, maybe she has a boyfriend, maybe she just doesn't like your bum ass. All that matters is that it doesn't matter because it'll never happen. I remember I had a crush on this one girl in elementary school. She was pretty popular in my class, but at the time, I was kind of just there. Not popular, not a bum, just an NPC. But I remember I liked her so much that I used to just stare at her sometimes just because I don't know, that's just what kids do. And I was so down bad for this girl that I even resorted to practically stalking her on the playground, following her every movement, and just trying to be in her vicinity so I could just stare at her longer. But over time, I feel like she started catching on to what I was doing, and one of the times where I was just doing my daily routine of stalking this girl, she came up to me, confronted me, and told me I was a weird creep.
Duh.
I don't know why I'm telling this story, but I was just a kid, and I mean, let's face it, we all have done some shit like this before. Yes, me and you, we. I'm not French.
You mean we? This is you.
Okay,
this
not
is a you
we.
thing. I don't have nothing to do with the you is doing.
It's like we've all been obsessed with that one girl on IG that looks fucking amazing. Like, yo, truly one of God's greatest creations. I would literally skin myself alive just to get a whiff. That we all followed and probably still follow to this day, even though we know she will never follow us back. I remember when I was 10 and I first got Instagram, the first thing I did was scroll on the Explore page, and I seen this girl named Jim Wolf. She was this girl from Australia, and brother, when I say this girl was thick, oh my God, this girl was thick ass nobody from Australia who also liked playing basketball. That's kind of what drew me to her. And even though I knew I never had a chance with her, I proceeded to like every single image, slide up on her story with hard eyes to every single story she posted, and continued to be a loyal fan of her till present day. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah. Now I don't follow her no more because I have morals, but at the same time, if I ever got into a room with this girl, I genuinely don't know what I would do because Laura is just that deep with me. I deadass was in love with this girl for years of my life, and she doesn't even know I exist. I did the same thing with Scott Jackson when I was younger. I remember I sent her a long, detailed DM of me shooting my shot and telling her that even though I was like 5 years younger than her, that she should give me a chance because I would be the man of her dreams. Brother, I was 13 today. Now knowing her history, I may have had a shot. But I would have a better shot if I got my money. And one wave that every single young man has tried to jump on to get more money is drop shipping. We have all thought about doing drop shipping at one point of our life. Y'all seen a video on TikTok or IG of that one guy who got crazy rich from doing drop shipping, and all he does is flex his McLaren or his Porsche GT3, telling you that you can be just like him if you buy his course that's $30 a month. You know what ruins a great outfit though? A belt that doesn't fit right. Seriously, no matter how good you think you look in your style, if your belt's stretched out too tight, it just throws off the whole look. And that's why today's video is sponsored by Anson's Belt and Buckle, a family-run brand that has completely reinvented belts. Okay, let's keep it real. Most guys are still wearing those belts with the loose, old, stretched out holes that never, ever fit. But Anson uses a micro-adjustable track system, so your belt fits perfectly every single time.
That easy. I ain't gonna lie.
And get this, their box set comes with 3 buckles and 3 straps. That's 9 different combos in one set. That's crazy. Quality's incredible, the fit is customizable, and they back it all up with a lifetime guarantee. Honestly, not going back to traditional belts ever again, especially when they look this tough. Like, geez Louise, they crazy. And because Anson Belt and Buckle is sponsoring this video, click the link in my bio or on screen and build a box set. You get 2 bonus pieces, 1 buckle and 1 strap, completely free. That's 3 buckles and 3 straps. It's an exclusive deal you won't get anywhere else. So hit that link, build your set, and upgrade your belt game today. Thank you to Anson for sponsoring this video. Besides that, we out. And while I've never been gullible enough to fall for that scam, I know some people who have. And most of the time, it either resorts into you not getting rich off of it because you realize dropshipping is a lot harder than you think it is, or you do end up making a good amount of money, but then eventually get tired of it because it's a lot of work. Whether you succeed or not, this is truly canon. Just like wanting to be a YouTuber. Brother, when I was a kid, all I wanted to do was be a YouTuber. I remember I made gaming videos, I made skits, hell, I even made animation videos at a point in time until, you know, I finally succeeded. For most Gen Z kids, we grew up watching the Jake Pauls, Logan Pauls, Rice Gum, the Swoozies, the Nigga Higas, and once cable kind of started dying out, YouTube became our TV. Naturally, a lot of us, instead of wanting to be athletes or rappers or musicians, we wanted to be YouTubers. Most people would try to vlog they shit, but just like dropshipping, most of the time being a YouTuber is a nice thought, but once once you realize, oh shit, this is a lot harder than I thought, you end up quitting. Because just because you post 2 day-in-the-life vlogs of yourself doesn't mean somebody actually wants to know what the fuck you do in your life. And if you're not consistent, this shit will not work, which is what happens most of the time. Once that motivation runs out, you're done. I will say now though, it is a lot easier to be a content creator because of TikTok. I mean, you can just post a random video of you doing some stupid shit and can just go viral, which we still don't appreciate as much. I mean, YouTube is a fucking grind. Now this Canon event is a lot more realistic for this next generation, but I'm telling you, back in the day, gang, I ain't gonna lie, we had that shit rough. But now the Canon event is actually starting a content house with your boys. Picture this, you and your boys all made content together. Y'all rented out a big ass house, the one that every content creator group rents out in LA. And now all you do for a living is have fucking fun. You do crazy challenges, you play games, you talk to girls, and you do all of this while making money from doing it. Not only that, you're doing it with your day one homies that you grew up with. Instead of only one of y'all getting rich, the whole team is starting to eat. Perfect fucking reality. That would never actually happen. I mean, let's just be honest. We all been through that phase with our friend group where we thought we could really actually pull that shit off. I mean, you see the A&Ps, the phases of the world, and you think that shit is simple, but as we all know nowadays, this shit is fucking hard. But it's a cool thought though, that we all have. Another one is being a rapper. Every single man at one point in his life thinks that he's finna be the next Drake. Back in the day, people used to get on GarageBand or Rap Snacks or whatever. But nowadays, we have advanced technology, band labs. And for about a strong 6 months of your life, you think that if you promote your music, post enough TikToks, and try to put as many people on to your music by playing it in the car whenever people are around you, that some way, somehow, you will pop off and be the next great thing. Until you realize that every single man in the fucking world is doing the same exact thing. I remember back when I was younger, I was my school's Soundcloud rapper. Matter of fact, it was me and my boys. We all had a little rap group that we called YSN, I think. I'm not gonna lie, during our little era, we was cooking up. I ain't gonna hold you. I was dropping music every single week. My boy Cam was dropping every single other week. And my boy Zay didn't drop music, but he would always feature on ours. And funny enough, Zay was the best one out of all of us. Like, till this day, I feel like if he treated rap seriously, he could actually go far. He was an amazing freestyler. His flow and cadence was good, and he was just funny. So every single verse he had, even if it wasn't as good, he would always say something funny in it, and it would just make everybody laugh. Cam was pretty solid too. But me, on the other hand, well, I was trash. See, I've never been a good freestyler for whatever reason, but I have really good beat selection. So I would choose a good beat, and then I would just mumble on that shit because I don't know why. I just couldn't think of anything to say. And then I would just post it and expect the song to go viral, which they never did. I will say though, I did have a couple bangers. One of the songs I actually still play to this day on my stream. The song is She for the Streets, and if you're tapped into my streams, then you already know ball. But if you want to tap into any of my other songs, just my SoundCloud name is the same as my YouTube. Just look that shit up. I might even unprivate the terrible songs just so y'all can see my progression. And hey, who knows? If y'all f with it, maybe I might even complete my childhood dream of being a rapper. You never know. I mean, shit, I pray for times like this. Shit, I ain't going. Another thing I prayed for is passing a test, even though I know good and damn well I didn't study for this shit, which is something I know we all did. Gang, the amount of times I prayed right before my test, after not studying for that shit, even though I knew we was gonna have to test for at least a week, it's really insane. And honestly, I don't understand why I would think God would answer my prayers when I didn't do what I was supposed to do, nigga. Sometimes though, a lot of times he did answer my prayers, and I actually ended up passing the test. Even though I passed it with a D, it still passed. I will say though, I was never a good test taker in high school because I didn't prepare for this shit, of course, but I for sure should have failed a lot more times than I did. So shout out God, you did your big one. Another Canon event for all the sports players out there is having a random guy become your favorite football, basketball, athlete, whatever player for absolutely no reason. I mean, he's usually good, but he's not like elite. And half of the time, he doesn't even play for your favorite team. But for whatever reason, you're just drawn to that player. For me, this player was Victor Oladipo. I'm not even an Indiana Pacers fan, nor am I from that city. But for some reason, I fuck with that nigga so much, bro. The way that he played, his demeanor, like back in his prime, you couldn't tell me shit about this. Like if a nigga came up to me and told me that my king, Victor Oladipo, was trash, I would either crash out or we would be having a very heated debate for the next hour. And I'm bringing bullet points to that shit too, bitch. That's just the type of person I am. I ain't gonna lie, I go hard for my team. But see, that's normal though. That's what you're supposed to do about that one player. But one of the most heartbreaking things you have to go through as a man is when that player inevitably falls off. And for me personally, this This shit was hard. I remember when Vic broke his leg, man, on that random game. You could literally see the broken bone popping out of place. It was disgusting. And I remember wondering if he would ever be the same player ever again before that happened. Unfortunately, he was not. And watching his slow downfall was one of the most heartbreaking things I've had to go through as a man. Mind you, I've never met this nigga a day in my life. Now to see that he's in the G League, it's heartbreaking, gang. I don't know. I know how y'all Derrick Rose fans feel. Still one of the greatest primes of all time. I don't care if I'm delusional, I'm sticking to that. Another thing guys get delusional over is that one girl. We've all had that one girl that we know is not good for us. We know is probably wasting our time and we're honestly talking to another nigga on the side. But for whatever reason, we fall for her bullshit every single time. And usually this happens in situationships, man. You and the girl been talking for about a year off and on. It's honestly a will they, won't they type of situation. All your boys know about the situation, they know what's going on, and they keep on telling you to just drop her. Stop talking to that girl, it's not healthy, and she's playing with you. And even though you hear every single thing they say, you're only just hearing, you're not actually listening because you fall for the shit every single time. Eventually this girl's gonna do you dirty and end up breaking your heart, but at the same time, it's just for the plot. AKA, you're gaslighting yourself into thinking you're not hurt, but you know, in reality, you fell in love with this girl. This one's almost as bad as the failed talking stage, but failed talking stages are worse. I remember I was talking to this girl one time. We met at a party, and at that party, not gonna lie, we hooked up a little bit. Vibes was good, the night was good. We exchanged numbers and went our separate ways the next day. We continued to text each other for about a couple weeks after, but eventually the shit kind of got dry and we stopped talking. Then about a week later, she hit me up, started talking again, and then randomly one night, she just asked me for like 10 bucks. I've never been the type of guy to be stingy with giving people money. I just want to know the reason why, so I know what my money's going towards. So I asked her, yo, what's it for? She said it was for gas money. I was like, cool, whatever. And she told me that she would pay me back in person. Mind you, we haven't linked since the night of the party, so I was just thinking, okay, this is just an opportunity to see each other again. Mind you, I told her that she doesn't really have to pay me back. I don't really care. But she insisted on paying me back in person, like I just said. So I was like, okay, whatever. So we planned to meet up like a week later, and the day before the meetup, texted her, yo, we still good. She made up an excuse and said, nah, can't pull up. Okay, cool, whatever. Left that shit alone. Again, I'm not tripping about $10. If I give you something, I don't give it to you expecting you to give it me back. I just found out in life that's just not a smart thing to do. But she was very insistent on paying me back in person instead of just cash apping me the 10 for whatever reason. So we planned to meet up the next week. Same thing happened. Planned to meet up the next week. Same thing happened. Next time she texted me, I didn't even respond because I'm like, okay, what the fuck is going on? About a month later, mind you, right? Me and my homegirls are hanging out, and one of my homegirls is friends with this girl. My homegirl randomly asked me, yo, what's going on between y'all two? I said, don't really know. She's a cool person, but she keeps on ducking. Then my homegirl proceeded to tell me that apparently this girl was over here calling me thirsty, telling her I was begging for her to pay me back on just some weird shit. Some just weird shit. And it's like, why would you even do that? Like, gang, you was the one who was trying to link with me. You was the one who wanted to pay me in person. I told you it was cool. I don't care about the money. Why are you even going to them links? It's weird. And after that, I remember she tried to link with me again, but this time I just wasn't going because it's like, yo, why would you talk shit about me? That's just crazy. But yeah, honestly, just wanted to tell that story. It doesn't correlate anything with what I just had to say with the Canon event. Tripping though, or is she tripping? I think she's tripping. Let me know down in the comments. The last Canon event I'm finna talk about today. What the fuck did I just do? The last Canon event I'm finna talk about today is getting finessed by those free V-Bucks scams back when you were a kid. Bro, it's so funny how stupid we are as kids because we really do believe that somebody's gonna give us free currency and the only thing we gotta do is click a link. That's the sketchiest thing ever. Like, and it was always V-Bucks or like shark cards for GTA. Those are what got me. The amount of viruses that I probably have in my phone because I did click on these is probably enough to fucking shut down the country of China. But at the same time, I feel like we've all gone through that shit. So yeah, we're all fucking fried. It's just almost worse than clicking a porn ad and like actually going to the account. Like, nobody, you're not finna find free meals. Besides that, I think that's it in the video. Let me know what you want to see in part 3. I got a crazy story for part 3, so stay tuned. I'm posting in like a month. Give me some other video Canon event ideas down in the comment section down below. Y'all love this series, so I'm gonna keep on doing it. Follow my live channel if you want to see shit like this live. Second channel if you want to get daily content. My Instagram if you want to stalk me and see funny clips. My TikTok is the same thing. And most important of all, subscribe and like the video. It actually does help me out. Appreciate y'all for watching. Sky Crew, stay fly, stay blessed. Thank you. Goodbye. We out.